Yo, we live on location. Me and the Blackest One back in full effect for another Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Live on location. Knuckleheads YouTube. Black, how you feeling today, bro?
I'm feeling good, man.
Man, shout out to our fans. Shout out to the game. Hey, look, y'all get at us, get your Twitter fingers active. You know, we're going to answer some fan questions, get into all that toward the end. But right now, Black, you know what time it is? The Bust Your Ass of the Week segment. Who you got for this? Who you got for this week,
Man,
B?
I'm gonna give it to Zach LaVine, man. He's only been there probably
Hey.
2 weeks, man. He scored a 42 piece, you know what I'm saying? 3 boards, 2 assists, but he was getting busy, man. I'm talking about alley-oop threes.
Boy went
He,
8 for 9 from the three.
yeah, just for
Ooh.
just to be there that short of time and kind of catching a game like this and getting this groove, man. I think it's dope for them in Sacramento to give that push, man. Wemby then went down. This is a good look for Sacramento.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. I'm rocking with Zachary Levine. You know what I'm saying? Malik Monk a few weeks ago has said that, hey, he wasn't doing his thing. Hey, they put on the board already. I got Cade Cunningham, the motorcade, baby. Listen, 32, 9, and 7 against the Clips, 38 and 12 against the Hawks. D Miles, I'm starting to feel like young fella is playing his way into one of them all NBA teams. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like
Yeah,
he's playing his way onto one of them all in. He ain't gotta be first, second, but he could creep in that third.
hey
Now
man, you had
Detroit
you had
record
a
looking good.
you had a lot of choices to make, man. You didn't have to go with motorcade against the Clippers, man. You could have just gave him a week off or something like that.
You ain't see I threw the Clippers. He had, well, listen, he had what he had. Now it was 32, 9, and 7 against the Clippers. I threw in there also the 38 and 12 against the Hawks. I ain't just go there. I went, hey, listen. That's what is that? That's 70 points between two games, Jay. He out here doing his thing,
You right about
serving
that?
them up. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? What more can you say? Motorcade gonna mess around and be on one of these all NBA teams, Black. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. He might mess around and make one. All right, man, let's get to we got to talk about last night, Black. We got to talk about last night. Luka Doncic against his former team, the Dallas Mavericks in LA. Woo, was this must-see TV last night, Black?
It definitely was, but I felt we got shorted, man, because not having that big man AD,
Yeah.
Gafford, and Lively. But it turned out to be a great game, man. A very competitive game. Uh, man, shout out to the Lakers, man. Shout out to JJ Redick, man. They won 13
J
of their
Red,
last 16.
J
I've been
Red.
I've been hard on them, but they doing their thing in this regular season.
Hey, listen, I definitely enjoyed the game. I mean, obviously, it was all of the hoopla and everything around it, but that bus driver, Black, what I told you, all the talk about Luka, LeBron, AD not playing, this and that. That boy Kyrie come out there and go crazy on him, boy. I knew in the first couple minutes that he was about to try to have one of them nights and start to getting balling. LBJ definitely, he say, I thought Brian bought a LeBron. Come on, man. This is like riding a bike for him. He's been in all these situations, seen them all before, played against his old team, played against his teammates' old team. He know everything under the sun to do in all these situations. So I expected the LeBron to be LeBron.
Yeah, when I seen Kyrie sitting at the statue of
When he
Kobe
was
and
at the Kobe
Gigi,
statue, I said,
I
oh,
said,
man.
"Yeah, it's finna be something in there." And you see, he got a nice little shave up on
Fresh one,
himself,
boy.
man. He
Fresh
look
one.
like
Look like
young
a young
Kyrie.
man. Look like a young man right now. Look at him.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, I got a shout out. I got to shout. Everybody know I'm biased. I'm part of the Jordan brand, but I got to shout out the Jordan brand. The commercial, the whip, the way Luka pulled up. Like, you know what I'm talking about? All my exes live in Texas. That boy pulled off the Texas plate, put the California plate. And what the hell kind of car that was that boy pulled up in? That thing was a machine.
that was something tropical. That's what it was.
Hey, you feel me? They had the Lakers colors on. I say, man, they didn't win. Okay, Jordan Brand, I see you. What did you think about Killer Clay though? Clay Thompson was out there letting the clip off too, Black.
Yeah, I feel, man, Clay. I feel like once they get their guys back, man, Clay is gonna be a good piece for them, man. I love the pickup of Christie, man. I'm
I
geeked
like
about
Christie. I like
Christie
him.
play. He played D and he had big shots, but when it comes to Clay, when you get AD out there, you get these guys that demand some of them double teams or demand, when they getting them offensive rebounds and doing their thing and kicking back out to Clay, man. Clay gonna be a key piece to this once they get it all together.
Nah, for sure. Like this was crazy to me, right? I mean, when you look at the grand scheme of it and you look at the totality of the game, Luka was okay. He wasn't like crazy Luka. He had a few little moments
Kid
and a few
wasn't letting
flashes here
him.
and there. No,
Kid wasn't
this is what
letting
I'm
him be
saying. Like
crazy, Luca.
even with that being said, J Kidd throwing doubles at him, taking the ball out of his hand, jumping him, like throwing a double at him when he crossed court. The man still had 19, 15, and 12, Black.
Yeah.
And that was like, and not his best looking night. Like that is crazy. Talk about like how crazy Luka can be as he gets further and further away from you know how it is when you get further away from the actual incident of what happened. He gets to feel more and more normal. Like what can Luka do when he get to his full strength out there, bro?
I think Luka can do the same thing he was doing in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Be dominant. I think them points will go up as to 30 with them rebounds and with them assists. Uh he's still the same guy. It's nothing that's changed. He haven't had a significant injury that slowed him down from something that he usually doing. So I'm expecting Luca to be nothing but Luca once he get comfortable with the system and what they're running. I think I, if I was kid, yeah, you're not gonna have one of them games on national TV, even though he had a triple double, but
Yeah.
you're not gonna have one of them. You ain't gonna have a 30-40 triple double on us. You're
Yeah,
gonna get
well,
it out your hand, which was a smart game plan. They was in the game. It was a good game. You know what I'm saying? But I wish it was just both teams were full healthy, full
yeah.
force. Man, last night would have been even more fireworks.
Yeah, I like that the Lakers, obviously they're a first class organization. I like that they celebrated and gave AD his tribute video. AD seemed like he was in good spirits and he was cool. That was all dope to me,
Yeah,
man.
I wanted to wait on that too. They should have waited till next time they played. I don't think I
I
thought it
don't
was
know. It's gonna be another
look,
time.
look too early.
You
Just
gotta do it
wait.
right away because then they're gonna be trying to say, oh, the Lakers ain't you know what I'm saying, gonna try and do that and try and say so. You know how quick and how knee jerk these reactions be. So
Yeah,
I understand it, but moving on. That was a good game, though. The Rockets went out there and gave the Bucks a 3-point loss, bro. Like this game was exciting, bro. I was
yeah,
look. My man Thompson went and got a flagrant two. He
yeah.
came off the top rope like Coco B. Well, somebody, black.
I didn't like that.
What was
I didn't
that?
like that foul. That foul was
that
like,
was
bro,
that
you
was
that
crazy.
was too much. That was too much off the pump fake.
What?
Like I can see a foul like that if he was spent and bowled you or something like that, but off the pump fake, that was just a little too much. I feel like he deserved to get ejected off of that.
Man, you
Even though
already,
he's one of my favorites to watch right now, I
yeah,
feel young
definitely.
fella got out a little out of hand between that Giannis. But big win from the Rockets, man. They did their thing. But I'm
Yeah.
so excited for the Bucks, man. I didn't even know. I thought us Clippers still had Kevin Porter Jr. But I
You slept
love
on
to
that?
pick. Yeah, I slept on that. I love to pick up a Kevin Porter Jr. with them. Um, Kuzma still trying to fill himself out, and you know what I'm saying, get involved with. It's gonna take time. You got Dame and you got Giannis. I feel like Dame is having a great year, and people kind of sleep on it because Giannis is doing this thing so much. But I'm looking forward to them Bucks doing their thing.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of nervous for the Bucks, man. They didn't lose Bobby, you know what I'm saying, for 25 games. And you know how I feel about him. He's like one of them heart and soul guys for the
Yeah,
team. He's a crowd igniter. One dive on the floor, anything could get the whole building going crazy. So him not being there, that's gonna make it tougher. You know what I'm saying? And they like losing these type of games. And make no mistake, because the Rockets ain't weak. The Rockets is a top 3, 4 team out west, and they've been beating a lot of teams. So I'm not trying to make it seem like Milwaukee dropped one to a weak team, but I just see them struggling, man. It's been up and down all year. Like you said, Dame has had a good year consistently. We know Giannis is gonna be Giannis if he there. But for whatever reason, they continue with the struggle and lose games and not win some of the games that we think they should win. And so for me, I see a problem with that. I don't know how it's going to be when Bobby finally get back, but they need him desperately. I feel like he's a huge piece and a huge part of the system and part of everything that they do. And without him being there, it's noticeable.
Yeah, I feel that, but I still feel like they'll be all right. As long as Giannis and Dame there and the rest of the squad, I think they'll hold it down. My main concern with Bobby is making sure he stays in shape, stay locked in, so when he come back, he can just get right back to his role.
Oh, he a pro's pro. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I think he gonna, do his thing and be ready when he get back. Moving on to the other game last night, Black. Them Grizzlies, man, they gotta pull off a tough overtime win over the Suns, 151 to 148. A whole lot of buckets going on out there, Black. What you saw in this one?
I feel like, man, the Grizzlies has been slept on all year, even though they've been 2-3 the whole year. They really haven't been getting talked about much. Man, Jaren Jackson is really
Triple
doing
J.
his thing this year. He's all star. He's leading the team in scoring. Um, they got a solid squad. My sons, I'm just man, I just don't know what it is. When you see them put up numbers from Book, Bill, and them, you expect win off of that. And I hate to see it. Shout out to Bobo. Bobo had a good game. He's starting to
Bobo been hooping.
he's starting to get
Bobo!
he's starting to get some PT. But man, them Grizzlies been flying under the radar and they've been kicking ass.
Yeah, man. The thing that I was looking when I was looking at the game, the thing that was jumping out to me about Phoenix is that they were struggling to get stops. You know what I'm saying? When like them timely stops and them necessary stops that they needed to get down the stretch. Because you see, like when you look at the points, they was getting buckets. You had all three, KD, Book, and Bill, almost with double dub, high 20-point double dub. And to me, it's like you gotta be able to get defense. You gotta be able to you gotta have a complete defensive possession. You can't have a good defensive possession, then they get an offensive rebound. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause now that negates everything you did when they get the rebound and kick it out for a three. Everything you did for the whole 24 seconds is for naught. So I feel like they got to figure that part of it out, like how to get stops and when it really matters. They ain't got to be like a top 10 defensive team, but they got to be able to stop somebody when they need to get a stop to try and get some of these key wins. And that's what I
Yes,
felt
sir.
like. I felt like Ja Morant, you know how he get when he start getting downhill, you gotta have somebody to be able to meet that force at the rim. And they
Yeah, he
didn't really
sent it
have
to
that.
overtime, and then overtime he kind of took over. So
Yeah, I agree with that. But listen, Memphis is scary, man. Their team is scary for me. Like you looking on the board as Ja Morant, Jackson, and Bane, but like they got other guys. Gigi coming in, going crazy. You got the young rookie shooting and playing well. Like they got a
let
lot of
Zach Eaton be
guys.
protecting the basket with him, and
Hey,
they
this
look
is what I
good.
like about Zach Edey though. If for a rookie, he gets in the midst like he the enforcer, like the big
He
fella.
are
Like even for him to be a rookie though, I get it. You the biggest dude on the court, but still, I like the fact that even as a rookie, he's still in the middle of it. Like, hold on, big dog business. I'm here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Lead, like, watch out. These
man. I
my guys
respect
right
that
here. I
from
like
Zach.
that from him.
I respect that from Zach. Zach is the Memphis Grizzlies enforcer. You know what I'm
He,
saying? He steps up anytime with anybody on his team. So man, a shout out to Zach Eaton, man. He's not only having a great year, but you know what I'm saying, to be an enforcer as a rookie, that's rare.
yeah, that's I like that big young fella. Tell me this: is the Suns a bigger failure than the Sixers this year if they don't make the playoffs?
That's a great question, man. That's a great question right there. Uh, mm, yeah, I think they are a bigger failure than the Sixers because the Sixers are really dealing with injuries. When it comes to the Suns, these guys is actually playing, and they just can't find the recipe to kind of get over the hill. You know what I'm saying? When some go right 2 games, then 3 more games don't go the way they want it to go. So I think, yeah, they're a bigger failure if they don't make the playoffs because they have been healthy to play more games than the 76ers combined together.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I had to agree for the exact same reason because, like you said, KD, Book, Brad, they out there playing, and seemingly, like you say, like a game like last night, they all played well. So that's why it's more of a surprise. It's not like they hurt. It's not like 2 out of the 3 not playing well. It's like you got a nice sample of like where they all 3 play well and then they still can't win. So I think I'm gonna go with you on that. I'm gonna say the Suns. I'm
Yeah.
gonna agree with you there. Timberwolves. They had a crazy comeback on Monday against the
Mm-hmm.
OKC Thunder. I was sitting there watching this one, bro. I was like super surprised. Ant Edwards nodded. He's like out of the game, just chilling, like kind of like the white flag has been thrown up, and the young boys just competed, fought, and got back in again. What did you think of this comeback victory here in against OKC, Black?
I think that's a big time confidence booster for the Timberwolves. I thought this was the type of game that they needed to show themselves that they're one of them teams that need to be watched, and they're capable of doing that, or capable of getting big wins. Mind you, this was at OKC. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? They was on the road. A lot of ups and downs during the season, but this is the number one seed who's been the number one seed all year over in the Western Conference. Anthony Edwards big time block at the end of the
yeah.
game. I thought Shea had a guy wide open at the three, but Shea's been doing it and he's been doing it well, so he wanted to get it himself. It was a great game. It was a good back and forth game, intense. When they went down, we thought it was over, but then it just went up another notch. But I think this is a big confidence booster for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I agree. If Jaden McDaniels and those guys can step up and play that big, and you saw Ant post game, he was like, they was trying to get play. He was like, listen, if these dudes gonna play like this, we gonna be all right. And I think that's the true statement because them boys elevated themselves and played in a way that you hadn't seen them play like that in most of this year. And like you saw the boost it gave, and like you say, uh, most of the heavy lifting was done with Ant Man on the bench, not in the game, chilling, like
Yeah,
for real, to the point to where they started the second. I mean, the overtime with it like that because they were playing so well together, and you got to respect that too from the coach. So
yeah.
yeah, man, I thought that was a dope game, but nonetheless, SGA still 39-10,
You know it. You know
still
it.
doing what he do, and
You gonna
then
get this work.
hey, J Dub too. Jaden Williams with 27-6. He a straight bucket waiting to happen.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on, man. Let's talk about these New York City Knicks, man. They they
Mm-hmm.
they 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 have been struggling.
Yeah.
When I say struggling, I mean struggling against the top dogs. Knicks are 0-5 against the Cavs and the Celtics. And if
Mm-hmm.
you throw if you throw the OKC in there, they like 0-8 or no 0-7. So like what you I mean, obviously we know the obvious. They they need Mitchell Robinson in that paint next to Karl Anthony Towns because as well as Karl Anthony Towns has played, we know that he's not the greatest rim protector. He's always had a big guy that he's kind of played with and to give him that cushion. And to his credit, he's been killing this year. But at the same time, he's being asked to do something that he does not do the best, and he's not been charged with doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the combination of no Mitchell Robinson, losing Hartenstein, and losing DiVincenzo, that kind of took a lot of the toughness aspect that the Knicks brought to the table last year. Last year they were grinding, they were like grimy, grit and grind type team, play hard, do all of the dirty stuff. And Hardenstein was a huge part of that. Even when Mitchell
Mm-hmm.
Robinson was down, that's why he got that big contract he got because he was going crazy. He was doing a lot of great things for them. Losing him was a critical blow, and I,
Yeah, it
I
hurt.
think it proved to be more critical because Mitchell Robinson, like last year, Hardenstein got the chance to play because he was hurt. He couldn't stay on the court, and the same thing is
Yeah.
happening now. Only difference is you got Precious Achua instead, and that's not the same type of situation. So what you see out there from them, Black, and how can they fix these things?
Um, they still got time. I just see defensively they need to kind of focus and break it all the way down. You know what I'm saying? You got defensive players, you got Hart on the perimeter, you got McHale on the perimeter. They have to step up too. I don't think you just put it all on Carl Anthony and all on Mitchell coming back. Guys got to step up. One of the reasons that they brought McHale over to the Knicks because he's a two-way player. they have to step it up. They have to focus on defense. I feel like their offense is there, but they really have to focus on defense and break down defense. You got to be a championship defense to win a championship. So you gotta just break it down a little bit more.
Yeah, they got some work to do, man. It's going, you know how it is every time in New York when it get to be playoff time, noise gonna get real loud, and if they don't at least advance, past the first round and fight in the second round, they're gonna be them
I
fans
think they're
gonna
gonna
be.
get past the first round. I think they're definitely gonna get past the first round. But trying to go further than that, it's gonna be tough for them.
I can dig it. I mean, let's look at these graphics, the standings right quick. Put the standings graphic up right quick. Can we go out west first? Out west first. It's still looking like no, no. Look at the Nuggets and Lakers. They done jumped over the Rockets. That's the biggest change from last week.
Yeah,
Rockets was sitting at 3. How far up there can the Lakers go? Can they get to the third seed? I mean, you
yeah,
see
they
the losses, they could
they
possibly get to the
definitely,
second.
but they definitely can. They can get to that third seed, but my concern is not the first five. My concern is like the back five, because man, you can run into a Mavericks at 8, 7, or 6. You can run into a Warriors at 8, 7, or 6, which is playing good right now. You can run into the Timberwolves, the Clippers. I would love to see the Clippers move up and get that 4 or 5 and have a LA showdown. It's toss up, and the Kings is playing good now. So it's a toss up, and we never know what may fail. We might get them Suns tweaking up in them playoffs. So the West is all it's
The
exciting. You
West
know
is
what I'm
stacked.
saying? No matter who it is, like if we was going to just go today just to see the Warriors play OKC in the first round would be just crazy. Timberwolves with Jai and Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
see the Lakers play against a young Rockets team. Like stuff
yeah,
like that. Like, man, it's
yeah.
gonna be interesting, man. I'm excited for the West side.
Yes, sir. Let's get to the Eastern standings. Let's see what's going on out east, out our way. Still got them same two pace cards in the front, Cavs and the Celtics as
Yeah.
usual. Then you got the Knicks, Pacers, Bucks at 5. I just keep got to saying it. That Detroit being at 6. You realize over the last, I think, 2 years, their record was like 31 and 100 and something.
Yeah.
And they got 32 wins this year, so they didn't already surpass the victories in 2 years and just this
Mhm.
one. That just speaks to the
The
everything
coaching
they didn't
staff,
went
man.
through and like how
AP,
they didn't
how
change
them
things
guys
around
playing.
and got it. Because it's not a big change in the roster. Like you say, Bickerstaff is one of the biggest changes over there. It's a
Hmm.
few players that got switched in and out, but the main group is still the main group. So that's crazy impressive, man. I'm looking for the
Yeah.
Magic right now. We got a little home stand and make up some ground and try and do something, do something right now because we've been struggling. It's a lot.
Yeah. I think East is gonna be good too. I see the Knicks staying at third. I'm seeing the Bucks kind of. I feel like the Bucks will probably go back and forth with the fourth, fifth seed. What's scaring me about all this is seeing Miami
Starting to rise up.
slowly trying to get past, slowly getting past. I mean, going deep in it. We was looking at Miami at 4 or 5. Now they're at 9. After that Jimmy trade, it kind of hurt them a little bit. You know, they gotta. I hope they gotta fight. They gotta fight to be in it. It's gonna be hard for them, but just seeing them going from being like the 6th or 5th seed all the way to 9, and teams on their ass, it's just scary for them. But I think Magic gonna be okay. Wait, Trey Young them still been playing hard. Uh, I think the East gonna be interesting too. I would love to see a first round matchup again with. I would love to see the Magic and Cavs. You know what I'm saying, in that first
Hmm.
round matchup. I love to see that Celtics and Boston when Trey Young came in Boston and got that win a couple years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
I would love to see a Knicks and Pistons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be interesting over in the East side too.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be big fun. Hey, let's talk about the Sixers and Embiid's injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And like, they talking about, I don't know how true all of these things are or whatever, but reading, looking on different sites and things and rumors and stories on the internet, he's getting second opinions and looking, they're considering options like breaking his hip bone or something to realign. And
Mm-hmm.
bro, it's like some crazy radical things. Like, you somebody who went through knee injuries, you know what I'm saying, had to stop playing because bone on bone, you know what I'm saying, you had both knees shot and you know what it take. If you
Mm-hmm.
Embiid, just looking at him, what he's been going through this year, the way he's unable to perform, and when he is out there, he look like he needs to not be out there. He's dragging his leg around. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look healthy. And then after the game, he's talking about he's not healthy. If you Embiid, should he shut it down and just
Yeah.
like chop this? They out of the playoffs. They're like the 12th seed. They got no real chance. Like, should he shut it down and just try to get himself as healthy as he can?
Yeah. All he doing is extending his months. By shutting it down now, he extending his month to get healthy and have a great season next year. He's coming off an MVP. Like he needs to get healthy. The only way the Sixers have any chance of winning anything, Maxi is doing a hell of a job, but Maxi and Paul George is just not enough to win or to come out the East. So they need him to be healthy. So I think the best bet for him and the franchise is to just go and lay it on down and just go and protect your legs, rest your leg, and just put that work in the weight room, get them stronger, get everything right. See what you actually need to do. If you do need to break your hip again, to just realign it the right way or whatever it is, you need to see what's going on because right now it's no need. It's nothing you can do. Y'all gonna have to go on a 15-game winning streak to really even be considered just to get in the playoffs. Let alone that 15-game winning streak might just put you in the play in. It might not
Hey,
might not even get you a
I'm gonna tell you
guaranteed
this
spot in
though.
there.
I'm gonna tell you this. The one thing, like, that I know that he's gonna be dealing with is gonna be tough and frustrating. The fans, bro. New York, Philly, these ain't the cities where you know what I'm saying? Like, I already seen they putting up how much money he's made in the games that he's missed. Like, bro, I played in New York for the Knicks. So I've seen this firsthand, how loud the noise can get and how it impacts you. Like, you hear, you see, and especially in today, this era, like when we was doing it, it was newspapers, bro. You know what I'm saying? We had to wait for the newspaper. It wasn't like now you get out the game and go sit in your locker before you even take a shower. It's pages on you. You getting destroyed. So it's like, I know the noise is so loud, and that's part of it. And what the average fan may or may not understand is that as a player, the last thing we want to do is not play. So while you talking crazy and trying to do all of this, like, we want to play, bro. We not sitting here trying to get free money and do this. Like, that's probably
Yeah.
halfway why he's so broke down like he is, because he's steadily coming back to get back out there before he should and not waiting the proper time and all these different things.
Like
But
I hate to say it, but fuck a fan. Like what we have to go through to even get to attempt to play. Just imagine just the games he played, the process of what he has to go through just to even play in them games. I can imagine his day. He has to like if shoot arounds at 10, he got to be there at damn near 8, 8:30, warming his legs up, getting treatment, getting it right, going through shoot around. Then he don't go home and just instantly rest. It's a process of trying to get his legs prepared to play at 7 o'clock that night. He got to eat. He got to get him some rest. Plus, he got to constantly make sure his legs is loose, his knees is loose, his swelling is down, and everything just to get out there and play the minutes that he played. They don't see that. They don't see what he go through. So, no disrespect to a fan, but fuck a fan. If it's about what you need to be about, you don't know what you go through. This shit is not only strenuous on your body, it's mentally draining.
no, for sure.
Before I even hear you say anything, y'all can be praising me. Y'all can be giving me all the props like, oh, he worked so hard to get in. It can be the other way around. You can be praising how hard I work, and it's still mentally and physically draining. So whether you bashing me or you rooting for me, that shit don't even matter because I still got to go through this to get the opportunity to play out there. So
Yeah. Moving on from one injury to another, man. Wemby out for the season, bro.
yeah,
Like
man, I shedded a
this.
tear, man, for that shit.
Hey, hey, you already know just because you see how much preparation and how much work kid put into himself into preparing and keeping himself from not getting hurt and was successful in doing so. He hadn't had like an injury of basketball. Like this is like some freak stuff, a blood clot. Like you can't like knowingly know that you about to get a blood clot and do something to prevent it. But like if you watch him pregame and watch all of this thing, he got his personal guy like man out there with no shoes and socks. He crawling all around, doing all type of exercises to get things firing and get things ready. And like I say, it's to this point it had worked. You know what I'm saying? Because the blood clot thing, that's like some felonious, like you can't even stop it, freak of nature stuff. And that's not like something you could get from not preparing and doing this and that. So like that's just something that's super unfortunate for him, man. This dude was having a crazy season, leveling up from what he did last year. He was gonna be a runaway defensive player of the year. I'm salty for him that they not gonna give it to him because of the little the games play rule when he's by far and away the best defensive player in the league. And the fact that he didn't get it last year makes it even worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., who probably gonna end up getting it this year. Then that's gonna activate
Get
the
that
super
money,
max for him. You hear
activate
me?
that money. That 334.
It's gonna
That
activate
334.
that.
You
It's gonna
know.
activate that Brinks truck for him. So
Thank
I ain't
you.
mad at that at all. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, young fella. But I feel terrible for Wemby, man. Terrible for the Spurs fans and his teammates. And it's just a messed up situation when something like that happens that you have, you can't control it, you can't predict it, you can't try to stop it and not make it happen because it's just not something that's even in the realm of your thought processes that could go down.
Yeah, I'm scared for him. You know, that's definitely something serious. That's what made Chris Bosh, shorten his stuff, but his stuff was in his leg. Man, it's serious. You really got to pay attention to it. You know, De'Aaron Fox just got over there, and they was looking to make a late push.
Yeah.
But man, I'm 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 sad for Wemby and his family and his fans, man, because I just love how that young fella carry himself, his demeanor, how he played the game. I was looking forward to seeing him in his first playoffs this year. And can't do nothing but put our prayers up for him and hope he come back next year, spank brand new.
Straight up, man. And also, we got to send prayers up to Pop, man. They saying that Pop won't be able to return this season after they said it was like a mild stroke. So, they say he is improving and doing better. So shout out to Pop.
Shout out to
Continue,
Pop.
continue uh, on the journey to getting healthy and all the way healthy. Not sure. They haven't, it's kind of up in the air if he's going to return to coaching or not. But I mean, obviously getting healthy and just having a good quality of life is far more important than coaching. So,
Yeah.
well wishes on that, and we hope that he get back soon, man. Just because he's one of the guys in the league, one of these people that's a legend in the league, and he's done a lot and so much for so many people. And the best part about him is that you know on the outside it seems like he's this hard nosed guy, but all of his players and everybody that knows him personally is like he's one of the best people in the world, and he's one of the kindest people in the world. So definitely wishing him well and a speedy recovery and just getting back to a good quality of life, man. So
Yeah.
shout out to Pop, Spurs, and
Prayers up for
Wemby and that
Pop.
whole situation over there. What you
Yeah.
think about Zion right now, Black? He out here looking like Thanos again, man. Out here cut up, chopped on these people.
Um,
24 and a half a game, 7.5 boards, and 55 from the field. We know he going to put on. Whenever he out there, he always hoop. That ain't
but
never been a question. If he healthy and he on the court, he usually busting somebody ass.
yeah, I like shout out to Zion. I wanted to definitely say something about Zion. Zion was the third fastest to get to 3,000 points, I think.
Third. Who was
He was the
first two?
third fast. It was Luka and it was LeBron, I think.
That's company right there.
So he's the third fastest, and he has like KD and somebody else up under him. He was the third fastest to get this, and mind you, guys, this guy haven't been playing a lot.
Exactly. That's what's
So
crazy.
that tells you, y'all feel like he ain't really played a lot, and he's the third fastest. That tells you what he's been doing when he finally get a chance to play. We, I just hope the Pelicans figure out where he can play, or if he can't, just move on from him and get your assets from him. I'm a big Zion fan. Every time he play, man, you can tell that he one of the ones. Like we miss him in all-star games and stuff like that, man. And your peers know what it is, but when he get out there and he play, he's a whole nother animal.
Yeah, man. I gotta give him a big salute and take my hat off to him because you and I know, Black, like all of this talk about his weight and da 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 da, and oh, everybody swear they got it figured out and talk about how easy this is and how easy it is to do this and that. Like, don't nobody know what it takes but Zion. Every person is different, bro. Every athlete, everybody's body is different. Because I could lose weight this way, don't mean you gonna be able to lose weight the same way. And what worked for you may not work for me. So like, shout out to Zion for through all the noise and all of the rhetoric, because he's a constant topic, whether it's about his weight or whatever. He's a constant topic. So shout out to him through all of the noise, figuring out what worked for him and
Yeah,
getting it done his way and staying committed to it.
yeah,
Because this is the point in the season where people used to be talking about, oh, he's getting heavy again, and they saying he's his light as he's been since he's been drafted. So
yeah,
that shit, I don't hear nobody giving him no credit for that, or like going out of their way to put that up there and make that a huge point and talk about that as much as they talk about all the other stuff. So I just want to shout out him because that take a lot, bro. We know what it is. We know how
yeah,
hard it is, especially if you are a heavier person. That's not easy to lose weight and do things and change habits and stop what you've been doing forever and just switch it up. So whatever you did, however you had to do it, shout out to you for figuring it out and going out and getting it done, Zion. We with you, bro. Keep doing your thing, keep killing, and stay out there on that court, big dog.
yes, sir.
Black, what you think about your boy Ticket? They say KG finally going back to the T Wolves now that they done got
Yeah,
that little ownership situation
yeah,
situated. Like, it feel good to see Ticket being back part of that, because that's like man, Minnesota always gonna be synonymous with him when it comes to this hoop thing. I mean, granted,
yeah,
he won his chip in Boston and all of that, but like, come on, man, real hoop heads, KG and the T
yeah.
Wolves
Shout
is
out, shout
synonymous.
out, shout out to A Rod and the owner group that they got
Yeah,
over there. For one of the first things they did was bring KG back. I think that's a dope move, man. We know KG won a championship with the Celtics, but the KG that we fell in love with from start to finish was a Minnesota Timberwolves.
ain't that
And
right, Ash? Ain't that right, Ash Minnetonka?
and I think that was a great move of bringing KG and bringing his just personality, the fire from him to bring back in that organization is very dope. And it was sad to see that he didn't have nothing to do with the Timberwolves when the previous owner was there. But it's a new day, it's a new age. So I'm glad to see KG back in the Timberwolves presence.
Man, listen, they're gonna be better for it. Any organization is get to have that type of greatness and you know how his presence and his impact on the players and just his
Yeah,
knowledge of the game, to have that just be a part of just be associated, to be able to have him come in to the training camp and be at certain things and just to
yeah.
talk to them young guys. And you know what I'm saying? He one of them guys, bro, that in our culture, in our game, that when he speaks, he motivates. He get people
Hmm.
ready to go run through a damn brick wall. Like KG got that. So like if you could have him a part of your organization or whatever you got going on, that's a plus to you because he has a passion that's unmatched and unlike you can't touch what he brings. You know what I'm saying? It's unique to him and him only. So shout out to the T Wolves and for KG and all that getting reconnected, man.
Straight up. Shout out Ticket.
Can we get to the fan questions? Can we put them on the board? Oh, we have Ashley Robinson. She says
What?
T Wolves KG is undefeated. I can hear her saying T Wolves KG is undefeated, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Okay.
In front of my daughter?
Ran Reyes. He need y'all picks for the games. Now I don't do picks, man. You ain't about to go do no parlay with me. I ain't doing that. Be mad at me tomorrow all on my Instagram. So I went with what you said, Q. Hell no, you didn't.
I'm gonna tell them Clippers.
Okay, Steve. Let me see. You say, what do you think what do you think of the Lakers defense against the Nuggets? Is it truly revolutionary, and did they find a way to stop Joker? I think he's a lot easier to beat than it seems. Oh, you are wrong, my friend.
No, I think that just
That
was
last statement was wrong.
that just was a good game plan. But when you win a 7-game series and you see something and you lose a game, trust me, man, Coach Malone and the rest of that staff, they get in that film room and they clicking them buttons and they seeing another way to break that on out. You know what I'm saying? They put guys in positions to make you do something else. So it's not that. They weren't prepared for that. It wasn't a big deal to sit here and adjust that quick on the fly. It was a regular season game and they did a great job. So shout out to them and shout out to JJ Redick for doing his job, for coming in and getting them a win in Denver.
Yeah, shout out. Definitely. I mean, you gotta take your hat off to JJ, man. Like I done said a few other times on here. JJ doing a damn good job. He doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Rookie coach, got a great staff. For him to go into the All-Star break and key in on that game, I feel like he approached it like he was going into a playoff game. The way they probably spent the whole, you know what I'm saying, break doing that. And they came into the game with the perfect game plan. Like you said, Denver wasn't ready for it, and it worked. So, you know what I'm saying? You take your hat off to that. But like you said, they going Mike. If that was game one and game two was coming, Michael Malone and his staff would be in there brewing up a plot to counter that. So you right. I agree with your whole thing, Steve. What you're saying, that last statement, that last sentence. I think he's a lot easier to beat than it seems. Oh hell no, hell no, that boy it ain't easy. They did a damn good job, but easy is not part of it. BD. Q Rich, congrats on the move to ESPN. Question for D Miles. Who in today's game reminds you of your game? I watch Tumani Camera in Portland, and I see some of you in his game. Thank you,
Hmm.
BD. Black, what you got to say?
I don't know. This it's hard to kind of. I wasn't a shoot first guy or a jump shot shooter. It seemed like most of these guys, that's their game. That's the era that we're in. I was more of an attacker, so I really don't see too many people out there that's aggressively attacking the way that I attack the basket and attack the goal like that. So I have to really sit down and kind of scan the league and go through it. Nobody's off the top of the head that I see. A lot of these guys are jump shooters, and that's one what I was doing.
But you was the archetype, like for guys like KD. He looked at you, T Mac, and then went crazy and started to become, the perfectionist with the jump
Yeah, no,
shot. But like,
I definitely feel like I'm part of the recipe. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Give me a little bit of
You,
D Miles, give me a little bit of yeah,
T
like
man, y'all was the pro. Y'all,
yeah,
y'all,
I feel
y'all
like I'm a
responsible for all these Wemby's and
yeah.
Giannis's and all of these things.
I
That's
definitely feel
you,
like I was
LO, T
part of the
Mac.
recipe. You know, a little spice of D Miles in there. You know what I'm saying to get it tight. But like I was real aggressive attacking. I'm one of them guys that put your team in foul trouble because I attack the basket so much. And this era is just a lot of jump shots, so I have to really kind of scan and really look at guys to see who's more aggressive going to the
Next
basket.
caller, Rod Smith. Q and Black. Can Jimmy Buckets give the Warriors that push to the finals like he did in Miami and got Minnesota back to winning? Playoff Jimmy different.
The
Black.
I don't think it can go to the finals over in the West. I don't think he can do that in the West, but he definitely makes them not a easy like get up out of there. Like what Jimmy brings to the table, I don't think in Golden State they run that they didn't have with it. They never had a player like him. They never had a player that put them in great position to get to the free throw line and get fouled, put the other team in there. what he brings to the table. Jimmy don't do nothing that he don't want to do. You can't make him take a shot that he don't want to take. So I definitely feel like he's special, and I definitely feel like they got a special team. But I feel like with them too, as the Lakers, the big man problem is going to run into them, and it's going to be the hard for them when they have a solid big man that they playing against. It's going to be hard for them to get past that. Like I feel like that's the reason the Lakers was such a great matchup against the Warriors because man, Draymond is nice and he a good defender, but you put AD down there, shit, he ain't really shit he can do.
Hey, I listen. I don't have a ceiling for the Warriors. I'm sitting back and just watching, man. Because we, like you said, and like Rod said, playoff Jimmy is different.
It
Playoff
definitely is.
Jimmy goes from like I don't know what number you want to put him in the regular season, but when he gets to the playoffs and gets in that mode, he becomes a top 5 player in the league, bro. Legit.
Hmm.
You couple that and they get a chance to get like you already see with Draymond talking. He out of his mind with confidence. He didn't got hit with a big shot of confidence in his arm. He didn't came out and said we winning the chip. And
Yeah.
then when you think about it though, like you have to kind of take put some type of credit into what he's saying. The man had been there 4 times. He had been there
Yeah.
more times than 4, but he didn't want it 4 times. So when he said, "I know what it looked like," I kind of believe him. He should know what the hell it looked like. He should know what he's talking about.
You
So
definitely do.
I'm not gonna put no ceiling on, and I don't put no ceiling on the Lakers. Like you talking about that bit. I don't put when you got these type of players, bro, that could just go out of this world and go crazy and you can't do nothing. Those type of things where you just be like, shit, what were we supposed to do? You saw what happened. Like when you got those type of guys like LeBron and Luka together, then you got Jimmy and Steph together. Like I ain't got no ceilings on them, man. We gonna see. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say they can or can't because I definitely believe they can. And until they show me they can't, that's what it is. Next caller. Warren Zhang. Hey Q, since you played on the Knicks in the 2000s, here's a start bench trade for you.
Mm,
Rapper edition.
mm. What is
Uh,
it? What is it?
50, Nas, and Jay Z.
Mm,
I'm starting Jay Z.
mm-hmm,
I'm benching 50, and I'm trading Nas. And it could
mm.
be blasphemy all you want in the comments. I'm going off who I legitimately listen to in my playlist. I'm I might listen to 50 more than both of them all the way, being real, but like I know what Jay is. I'm gonna start Jay, then I'm gonna go 50. And Nas, as legendary as he is, he don't get a lot of spin in my record player. I'm
Mm,
just saying. Next caller.
mm,
That's no
mm,
disrespect, it's just honesty.
mm.
You know. I like that question, Warren. Oh, okay. We got Cozy Boy Deshaun. Who y'all top teams y'all want to see face off in the playoffs? Who you got, Black?
Oh, I would love to see. Like I said earlier, I would love to see a Lakers Clippers at 4-5 first round of the playoffs. I think that would be just dope to see. Uh, I would love to see a Mavericks Lakers
There we go.
series. I think
Yeah.
that'll be dope to see. Um, Man, it's so many of them that
I'm with you there. I want to
I
see
just
Matt.
want to see Detroit in the playoffs. I think it just be dope to just have Detroit back in the playoff. Um, it's a lot of good matches. I love to see Ant and Ja and them go at it. I think that'll be a dope little masterpiece to get going. I would love to see, man, whoever Houston play, just for them being a young team and work so hard to put themselves in position to
I
make
want to
it.
see Houston play OKC. I
Mm,
want to see Houston play OKC. I definitely want to see the Mavs and the Lakers play in the playoffs. But over East too, I can't wait. I wouldn't mind seeing the Knicks play Boston or Cleveland, but I know ultimately I can't wait to see Boston and Cleveland meet. I want to see that because those is the
Mhm.
top dogs over there. Been the pace car like way out front, just trotting along. I want to see that. That that's gotta happen at some
That
point.
class.
I don't care
Mhm.
how. I want to see that.
The
Next
only way it
caller.
can happen in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, in the finals. In the finals. Rod Dub TV. Do the Lakers win a 7-game series against Dallas with the healthy AD? I do not think so. I
I
think
got
I think
Dallas.
I think if Dallas can get if they can get first, just let's just start with AD. If AD can get our way healthy, that's huge. But if they get Gafford also all the way healthy and Lively also all the way healthy, I don't. They gonna be a tough ass out, bro. They are gonna be tough. You look at. I'm talking about. You see the big man already. Then you ain't talking about. You got Kyrie. You got Christie. You got Clay. You got Najee Marshall. You got the
Ken
young boy.
Williams.
Yeah, you got Spence. You got like they got a lot of pieces, bro. Like I don't know. Like I don't think they can. If Dallas is fully healthy and the Lakers are fully healthy, I like Dallas in the series.
Me too. I have to agree with that.
That's a good question, Rob. Tony Tran, which teams have the best outlook for the next 5 years? Shit, OKC at the top of the list. They average age is 24 years old, and they got the best record in the league right now. Well,
Yeah.
second best in the league behind Cleveland. But
Yeah.
I saw it was crazy, bro. I saw a stat that had the average age of their team, and it was the average age of a college team that was like 23. They was like 9 months apart, bro. The average age of the OKC Thunder is 24.3 years old. And then they got a million picks over the next how many years? They got all the
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah. I definitely agree with OKC is definitely gonna be it for the next
Detroit,
5 years.
Detroit
Detroit
on
looking
the come
good.
up. Houston obviously still on the
Yeah.
come up. They young as hell. Spurs.
Yeah.
Spurs gonna be one of them teams for like the next however long once again Wemby get back and everything right. But they got a young squad. Who else? Utah got hella picks, but they ain't turned the corner yet. But they got hella picks. I still the next 5 years I still might have to keep Boston in there because like outside of old man Al, KP is a little up there, but like the two top dogs is in their prime. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Tatum and Brown is like 26, 27. And then, Derek White ain't old. Drew Holiday ain't old. Like, shit, they got something over there too.
Yeah.
I like that, Tony. Next caller. Or is that it? That might be it. That is it. Black, we got the stat of the day. Luka Doncic regular season win-loss record is 242 and 184.
Hmm.
LeBron James had exactly the same win-loss record through his first 426 career games. That's just
Mm.
some weird shit. That's crazy right there.
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen? The exact same record, bro. That's crazy. Who you
Yeah.
shout out for the week, Black? Who you shout out for the week? Shout out for the week.
Hmm. I didn't think you go ahead. Let me think on it. I don't know mine off the rip.
Man, I got two.
Okay.
First, I want to go to Asia Wilson for being the Time Woman of the Year. That's come on, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's out of this world. We hoop. We don't ever. That ain't never been in our thought process. Like I want to be the time person. Like you try to
Yeah.
be MVP. You try to be All Star. You try to be the best hooper. Like she done had the crazy, crazy run. Got her shoe. Got all of this. Got all of that. Shout out Asia Wilson for that for being the Time Woman of the Year. And my second is I'm staying in the WNBA.
Hmm.
Got to shout out to the White Mamba, Diana Taurasi, just retiring. One of the most legendary careers in basketball, period. Never mind men and women. I'm talking about one of the most accomplished basketball players we've ever seen throughout the whole time in history. She got awards, boy. She didn't won. You hear me? So shout out to her,
Her whole
man.
life.
I don't know what she's gonna do next, but I know she's still gonna be involved in the game and just giving out the greatness and the jewels that she is. So shout out to DT. Happy retirement. Job well done.
Yeah, I have, man. I'm with you. I piggyback off that, man. Shout out to DT. I remember seeing her at Jordan Camp when we was all at Jordan Camp.
Yep.
Her kicking all the boys' ass, and being the only girl down there. To seeing her now, Hall of Fame career, champion is written all over her name. Just seeing her, just watching her journey has been a blessing, man. So shout out to DT. Another shout out, man. I want to give JJ Redick a shout out, man. He's been doing a phenomenal job. He on one of the most criticized coaching staffs and organization to be a coach in the league, and for him to have been handling his composure, being a rookie coach, coming off the couch, coaching third graders and fourth graders to coaching LeBron James, and doing what he's doing to be fourth in the West is at damn near at the halfway point. Is definitely dope. Shout out to JJ doing this thing, and shout out to Ticket, man. Way to go back to Minnesota and do his thing.
Hey, I'm gonna piggyback on you with the JJ thing because I'm with you on the whole
Yeah.
how good he doing everything. But you said keeping his composure. Hell no, JJ over there got some Stan Van Gundy in him. I saw JJ ready to do a move I've never seen him do before. He was mad. My man went, sat in the chair all vigorous and angry, but then as he was sitting in the chair, he slammed and got up and slammed the chair like 4 times under him. I was like, I remember sending it to Jamil Nelson. I said, man, look at little Stan over here, dog. It's great to see my teammate, my former teammate, turn into my former coach, man. Shout out
Straight up.
JJ Redick, man. And that's meant as a compliment because you know Stan was one of the coldest to do this, man. And
Straight up.
that's the respect level I got for you, J Red. So
Straight
shout
up.
out JJ Redick, man. That's it for us today. You gonna freestyle for him, Black? Or no, you just gonna what you doing? You ain't got no
No,
vibes?
no, no
Oh,
vibe.
look, he ain't motivated today, y'all. He ain't got no bars for y'all.
Hey,
That's it
Mama
for
the
us,
goat.
man. We'll be right back next week, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Same bat channel, Knuckleheads YouTube. Me and the Black is one. Y'all get at us. Peace out.